All right, we've all been there, right? You're trying to buy something online. You're typing in your credit card number. You make just one tiny typo, and bam, instant rejection. The form just says, nope, invalid. How in the world does it know that fast? Before it's even had a chance to talk to the bank? It really feels like magic. But what's going on behind the scenes is actually way cooler.
I mean, that's the real mystery, isn't it? You type in a 16-digit number and the form just instantly knows it's wrong. How is that check so fast? We're not even seeing a loading spinner. It just happens. It seems completely impossible when you think about it. But the solution is, well, it's surprisingly simple and elegant.
Okay, so the very first clue is hiding in plain sight. It's right there at the beginning of the card number itself. See, those first few digits you type, they are absolutely not random. They're actually the first piece of a code that your web browser can read and understand in a flash.
And this code has a name. It's called the Issuer Identification Number, or IIN for short. The easiest way to think about it is like a digital area code for your card. The second you type those first few numbers, the website instantly knows, okay, this is a Visa, or yep, that's a Mastercard. It identifies the payment network right away.
And just look at how specific these are. If your number starts with a 4, it's a Visa. That's the rule. If it starts with a 51 through 55, well, that's a Mastercard. So you can probably see where this is going. If you accidentally type a number that starts with, a 9, the form can reject it right then and there. It doesn't have to think. It just knows no major card network uses that number. And boom, that's the very first check, done and dusted.
All right, so now the website knows what kind of card it's looking at. But that little prefix, it gives away another huge clue. See, each of these card networks, they play by their own set of rules. And one of the simplest, most basic rules is just how long the number is supposed to be. And these rules are super strict. For example, an American Express card, which, remember, starts with a 3, is always 15 digits long. A Visa, which starts with a 4, is always 16 digits. There are no exceptions. So think about it. If you type in a number that starts with a 4, but you only type 15 digits, the browser doesn't even have to break a sweat. It can say, wait a minute, a Visa is 16 digits long. This is wrong. It doesn't need to call the bank. It just knows. And there's our second instant check. All done.
Okay, so let's say you get the prefix right, and you get the length right. Now we get to the really cool part. This is where the real magic seems to happen. The final clue isn't something you can just look at. It's a hidden mathematical formula, a little bit of secret math that every single valid credit card number has to follow.
This little piece of math is called the Luhn Algorithm. You can think of it as a secret handshake that's built right into the string of digits. It's actually been around for decades, and its only job is to catch simple, common typos. You know, like if you accidentally swap two numbers or just fat finger one of the digits. It's really important to know this has nothing to do with security. It's purely about making sure the number was typed in correctly.
So, how does this handshake actually work? It's pretty straightforward. Your browser does a super fast calculation. It starts from the very last digit on the right and works its way left. It takes every second digit and doubles it. Now, if doubling a number gives you a 2-digit answer, say 14, it just adds those 2 digits together. So 1 plus 4 is 5. After it's done all that, it just adds up all the final digits. And here's the kicker. If that grand total can be divided by 10 with nothing left over, the number is considered valid. It passes the check. And the effectiveness of this one simple check? It's actually staggering. This tiny algorithm running silently in your browser in literally microseconds is good enough to catch around 90% of the most common typos. It's just an incredibly efficient first line of defense against simple human error. So, let's just put all the pieces of the puzzle together. We have the prefix check, the length check, and then this secret math check. But why go through all this trouble right there in the browser? Well, it's all part of a really clever, really common engineering strategy. It's a principle called fast failure at the edge. In this story, the edge is just a fancy word for your browser. And the whole idea is to do all the simple, fast, and computationally cheap checks on your device first. You want to catch all the obvious mistakes right away before you do the expensive part, which is actually sending a request over the internet to the bank servers. And this all happens in a very specific order. First, those cheap and easy browser checks happen. Does the prefix look right? Is the length correct? Does it pass that math test, the Luhn algorithm? Only if a number passes all 3 of those hurdles does the website even bother to make that slow, expensive call to the payment gateway to ask the real questions. Is this card actually active? Are there enough funds? It's like a bouncer checking IDs at the door before letting you into the club. So at the end of the day, what feels like some kind of digital wizardry is really just a beautifully simple and efficient series of checks. It saves everybody time, it means less frustration for us when we make a tiny mistake, and it saves companies a ton of money on unnecessary server requests. It's just a perfect example of smart layered engineering.